Today's Sunday, February 25th. I'm going to go over the EURUSD and what I'm looking for this week, and kind of like review what I was looking at last week, actually for the past couple of weeks leading up to this move over here. So essentially, before I was looking more of a falling wedge once we had the new pivot levels for the year, and I was looking for something like this to play out. Right now, there was a nice move to the upside here, but of course, this was a fake out, and then the pattern got uh, disqualified once we made this huge move to the downside, and that was it. So I ended up getting stopped out on some long positions here, and then finally we started moving up into this slight resistance, I would say long term median level here. We're actually in between this long term and short term median level. And once I actually put a short right in this level over here, and we made move to the downside. And then once I moved my stop to break even, we actually ended up moving all the way back up to this level over here. So I knew there was going to be some type of support in this zone. Now it looked like from this candle that we're going to continue to the downside, maybe test this, and that's what I was looking for. But I knew there was an opportunity, or at least I would say a chance of the market moving back up, because looking down here, we had some divergence. Once the euro moved lower, there was some slight divergence going on the downside. If I could get my trend line right over here. So I did take this short. I didn't want to close my short position just yet, even when we had this slight up move. And then once we had this other up move over here, got stopped at a break even and decided to wait to see what the market was going to do. Even though this candle here, I could have actually went long, but I was looking for more of maybe a move slightly higher to be able to short, or look for opportunities to maybe short for another move down. Now, one of the things here that's pretty tricky is that even with this move here, I actually went short. I am short around this area right over here, this zone. And the reason is because I have this trend line drawn up. Let me just, hopefully you guys, it's a fine trend line, but hopefully you guys can see it. So I take the ultimate low, and let me just redo this real quick. So I take the ultimate low and I connect it to a resistance zone here. So once the market started coming up, I found some resistance here. I ended up going short in this zone here. Now this was pretty brutal. This long wick. So this is about it might have been almost 60 pips to the upside. Huge fake out move. And I think there was a Euro news overnight that caused this huge spike. And then finally it closed right below this trend line. And this is why before I used to take positions and use more of a 50 pip stop. But over time, I've expanded it just a little bit. I have to lower my position just slightly, but just to give it more room. And this is essentially why, right? You see these big moves happen, and then at the end of the day, it's a fake out, right? This is why I always talk about repeatedly. Sometimes what happens during in the morning is not what the market's going to look like at the end of the day. And I always preach to wait till market close on the daily time frame so you can get a picture of what the market's actually trying to do. Here now, basically on Sunday, market gapped up. Now it's trying to close this a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if it tries to stick up and tries to test this level once again, and maybe move to the downside. Or if you start trading above this trend line here, then I'm going to look for a potential opportunity to go to the upside at this pivot zone right over here. Overall, I would want to see, because I'm long-term bullish on the Euro USD. Even though there's a drop here, even if you drop down here, I'm still long-term bullish. And long-term, I mean, I'm looking at the monthly and the quarterly chart for an opportunity for a huge move to the upside. But if we don't get this move to the downside, I want to see this market get above this trend line here, potentially maybe get a long position over here and see if we can ride it out to this next level. But I'm going to wait to see what the market's going to do to see if it can stay below this trend line here. And you can even argue that there's slight hidden divergence down here, taking this this little high over here. And let me just adjust this trend line real quick. Just like that. Now, is it going to be an up move? I mean, is it going to be a down move? Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. I do have a short position here and have my stops above this long wick over here. Because again, if we start trading up here and get above this trend line, I'm just gonna, either whether it's an aggressive move and my stop gets hit, or if we start closing above this, I'm pretty much going to consider just closing my short position and then reevaluate what the market's going to do. On the downside, on the bearish side, I would like to see the market come right back below these median levels. As you can see, this is market found support here, and then see the price come all the way down. Let me just get this over here and just come down and test this area over here, right? If I look on a weekly chart, you can see that if the market does come to somewhere down here, there is an area of support or previous support right over here. Okay, we have a big support level here, support level here. And if we start trading down here, I would definitely look to go long around this level here for a big move up. But for now, I just want to see if this market's going to end up start trading down to the downside after we have this nice move to the downside, then a retrace into this trend line. And I would like to see continued down move here. So we'll see what happens with the EURUSD, and maybe reevaluate at the middle of the week or towards the end of the week and see if we can add some positions to the downside. But again, if the market starts trading up here, I'm going to reevaluate and see if we can start looking for some long opportunities. Ideally, I wouldn't want to look to see too much long or convinced long unless we start really trading above this pivot zone. Just like you see, there was some strong support here to start off the year, and then some hard resistance onto this next level, or these two levels over here, these median levels. So we'll see what happens going into the week. As you can see on the calendar, you've got news, including unemployment claims on Thursday, and the market should make some movement around these data points or economic news releases. So trade safe and manage your risk, and we'll see what happens towards the middle and towards the end of the year, end of the week.